From me to you, sports talk. What you expect? It ain't about who said it first. It's about who got it right. Good morning, everybody. We are welcoming everybody back to another episode of the From Me to You Sports Talk. I'm your host, Jay Davis, along with my co-host, Greg. Wow, we just witnessed North Carolina pull off that win over UK. I thought it was going to go to overtime. I really wish that game would have went to overtime. That was a great game for the fans. Why did that guy hit that shot? That was a good game. Fox got in too much foul trouble, I feel, early. He got in some early foul trouble, and I think that kind of, predicted the game somewhat. But I got to say, Isaiah Briscoe looked very good today. This might be one of his best games that he's ever played. But I actually seen you post about it. That 4 minutes, once North Carolina went to that zone, they caught UK off guard big time with that. And that's the bad thing about having Isaiah Briscoe on the court is he can't shoot. He doesn't spread the court and he shrinks the court, sort of like a Rondo. So it's like, now I can't. So it's like I need you for defense so you can guard Jackson from North Carolina and so you can guard Barry. But it's like for offense, you are a liability if they play a zone because you can't shoot. I seen there was a time Fox almost ran into him. So, how you feel about that game? What was your thoughts first, G? What was your thoughts on that one?
Well, my first thoughts was, as you know, I was going with North Carolina.
You did say that.
Yes, but the game started off with North Carolina was up tempo. And Kentucky took their best shot and started turning it around, catching up, cutting the lead down to 2 and 4. And then after halftime, I think they was down 4.
It was like 5. I think it was like 33 to 38. 33 to 38.
That's exactly. They came out the second half blazing. I mean, like you said, Fox being in foul trouble, he couldn't pick up a rhythm. But you can see him and Monk, I guess they probably had a talk saying, hey, we the leaders of this team. Yeah, even though they're young freshmen. And we got to put our stamp on this game. We cannot go down like this. And you can see in they play because they took the lead, playing great. Even their defense stepped up. I saw some block shots. I saw some steals, But when they took the 4-point lead, which I was nervous because, I'm a fan, I was like, this is the time Kentucky need to build on that lead because they cannot let a veteran team like North Carolina get back in this game. You have to play tough-nosed defense. You have to rebound. You cannot give up second shots. And as you said, they went to that zone. And it was just stagnant.
Yeah,
then
pretty much so.
Long jump shots and forced jump shots that was coming off. And we got to give a shout out to Meeks. I know this is not my era, but I saw some clips and some footage, and my father told me about this guy who played for the Washington Capitals. Wes Unseld, that's who he reminded me of. He was rebounding. He's a big body.
He eats the glass. He eats the glass every time. Yes. And North Carolina, and this is the thing. Me being a Duke fan, I'm not a hater on North Carolina, but North Carolina really isn't the most talented team in the country. But talent doesn't always get you there. But they know how to play together as a team, and they play their size. You're not going to bully them. That's one thing you're not going to do with North Carolina. And this game was Meeks really imposed his will. I mean, Adebayo was banging with them guys, but he had to go against Meeks. He had to go against Meeks and the other one. And then when he go up for a shot, Jackson come block his shot. So that's towers in there. And then with those guys staying and being juniors and being seniors, that was just experience that rubbed out. They're like, all right, cool, we don't been in this. We just lost to Villanova. Last year. We good. North Carolina almost brought everybody back. They wasn't really. They lost one star player. That's it. The little Johnson, Bryce Johnson. That's it. So North Carolina was cool, calm, and composed. No,
and that's
I'm not the biggest fan of Barry, but Barry's a pretty good guard. He can control the tempo and everything and everything like that of a game. But it was a pretty good game, and I actually like how Malik Monk, he tried to bring his team back, kind of off, but I think Jackson's length really bothered him. He had excellent defense. That Jackson had perfect defense on Malik Monk, and Malik Monk was just pump faking him, shooting. Once he get hot, it can get really ugly for teams. But that was
yeah.
a pretty good game.
And another thing I want to add it on, which I was watching, I like to break things down at certain times of the game. Um, when they were going into that zone, only thing that Kentucky don't do as much is go down to number 3. I mean, they're a jump shoot happy team. I feel at times that they should go down to that guy even more.
So you think they should play through
Yeah,
Adebayo,
because
whatever his name is?
he's a freakish athlete. I see a little Dwight Howard in him, and I feel like he need more opportunities to take pressure off Monk and Fox as well. I mean, to me, he shouldn't be on a high screen and roll or pick and pop. He should be in the paint, posted up closer to the rim and get offensive rebounds and tip back.
You right.
I I think
But
number
but wait,
35 should
but
be.
but G, when you say that, Calipari has usually always has a guard dominated team. Even with John Wall when they
Yeah,
had DeMarcus Cousins was the star of that team. John Wall was the face, but if you stop DeMarcus Cousins, then you stop that UK team, and that's how I felt. He didn't really even get the ball as much. It was John Wall, Bledsoe, fast break, DeMarcus Cousins to get a little dump down once in a while, but that could just be coaching right there. That
oh
could
yeah.
that could
I
really just
mean,
be coaching.
exactly, and that's what I'm saying. It got to be a time where when you look at the game, and if you really looking at the scenario of how the game is flowing and what a team is doing to your offense, which is a high power offense, this when adjustments come in. You know, this when adjustments really got to come in the game because if you playing to win, you play to your strengths. Okay, that's not working. They taking my strengths away. What is my plan B? What is my plan C? That's what the great coaches do. I'm not here bashing John,
Oh
but
no,
I never looked at John as a great coach. He's more of a great recruiter. Because you just see it as you watching. A jump shot, I don't care how great of a shooter you is, even Steph Curry, is a low percentage shot.
yeah, over
You
a
got a guy
layup.
down. I mean, you got a guy down there that's posted, ready. Get him some touches. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, North Carolina, they stout. And another thing about North Carolina is what we talked about. Even when they lost, guys ain't go to the NBA.
Came right
Do you
back.
look? You see how better they are by that loss and them coming back. I'm glad none of them run to the NBA.
Except
But
for
trust
one, the Johnson guy. I think he was a senior near the junior. He was
me,
projected as a
underclass.
high pick anyway, so he
I,
was going to bounce.
I was speaking as an underclassman
Okay, yeah, I
because
got you. All right.
them coming back led to that win. You
Experience.
got to look at it like because I've been there. How much was stuff like that help? Because honestly, it be guys leaving that I feel like should still stay there another year. Polish your game. We don't want to hear about you flopping and nothing like that. We want you to go in there and make it so you could be around through 10 or plus years in the NBA. That's what I want. If you feel like you just a hot name, but you say, man, I need to work on this or I need to work on that, order to stay in the next level. I don't want you overseas playing for Chattanooga and all that. And
But
I
then
want you.
again, you got to look at the environment though, G. I agree with you. I don't think these guys should be so quick to just run to the NBA and be like, well, you know what, the money. But then again, it's like when a lot of these guys are coming from impoverished environments, and their dream is to what? Get their mom and their dad a house. That's
Exactly.
all they want to
Exactly.
do. So they're like, I'm about to go do this 1 year, and you know what? Then I'm gone. I don't care what my skill is. But you're right. A lot of these, like the whole UK, like Adebayo is probably gonna leave, of course, we already know Fox is gone and Malik Monk is gone. I think those two guys can definitely go. But
Yeah.
there's other guys in college who shouldn't go, and they're going to make that jump. But who are we
Yep.
to tell them? You know, when they see that money, but yeah, that money you might only have for a year or two because you never really developed. Instead of doing like Draymond Green did, wasn't the best, got better at the year after year after year after year, and now you see what 4 years into the league, Draymond got that $80 million contract. He got his money, and he gonna get another contract after this
Yep.
contract is up. Guys
Exactly.
like
But
guys like Klay Thompson got better at Washington State. You don't like this whole one and done thing. It's but hey, you know what? They see money,
Steph,
so they go
did,
for it.
Steph play 4 years?
Three.
3. Okay, he benefited. His brother,
Yes,
Seth.
four.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. JJ Reddick.
Four.
See, and that's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying these guys not good because I love they talent, but I want you to stay. You
Work on
know,
your
some
work on your game. That's what it's
yes,
really about.
yes.
Speaking of working on your game, G, we've seen who I thought, and you know what, listeners, listen to this. I have been terrible at making these picks. This is my Elite
Like
Eight. Yeah, okay, I got to give it to G. G said North Carolina and South Carolina earlier. I kind of thought Florida might edge him. I'm like, South Carolina played really hard. So, but I've been bad. I said Xavier might win. I said, yeah.
no, hold on, listeners. Now, when you know bring you saying about the picks, just say Greg picked these teams,
No,
and I
you
picked
did.
these.
I would have to go back. See, they got to listen to the last episode, and they'll know. I picked who? I picked G. I picked West Virginia over Gonzaga. I picked Xavier. See, the Xavier Arizona was kind of a toss up. I thought Arizona was going to win. I'm sorry, yeah, Arizona. So yeah, I've been pretty much stinking it up. And today I thought UK was going to win. So yeah, I've been pretty bad. But the big disappointment, UCLA, Lonzo Ball. Come on, you can't. What do you shoot? 3 for 10, 1 for 6 from the 3-point line. Maybe that casual game is just him because it didn't seem like he really pressed the issue. And the bigger thing was Fox came after him. I think Fox heard a lot about this is the number one point guard who's going to be drafted. You know what? Everybody's saying he's better than you. Everybody's saying that he's a lock. So what you going to do about it? And I think Calipari really put him up to the test. Like what you going to do? Well, guess what Fox did? Came out and scored the first 8 points of the game. Dropped 38 on him. And I was like, come on. I felt Ball should have matched his intensity, and I really didn't think it was there. Yeah, he missed a couple shots, and I still, me personally, I'm not putting nobody over Lonzo Ball because of his IQ and just the way he sees the game. The way he sees the game, but that could kind of be a little caution because it's like you didn't really put your foot on the gas when your team really needed you the most. So I don't know. And maybe it could just be college. Like I think I said it before. It could just be college, but then again, this is a tournament game. Who don't want to win? Who don't want to give it their all? Some players don't think like other players. I know if it was me out there and I had that talent, I would have went out shooting 30 times a game. That's what I would have did.
Yeah.
I mean, he did shoot 1 for 6, so he was making attempts. He had about 16, 17 attempts, but I think his team needed more of him. I think that what he did against UC, scoring them 9 points in a row like he did, he needed to do that same thing on UK. And me and Greg was actually going back and forth like that. So go ahead and let the listeners know your take on the Lonzo Ball situation. And do you think Lonzo Ball draft stock has been affected at all by that game?
Nope.
No.
The
Okay.
truth be told, it's not. He's already stamped in. Because the hype come with it. His father did a good selling job, with him, putting him on the market, being in UCLA, being a California kid. He's either the 1 or the 2 pick. But that game show you competition comes. I'm not saying he can't play with certain competition. I believe the kid probably could play with any competition. But it goes to show you when you got to meet aggression with aggression. It's a tone got to be set. I'm a UC fan, UC diehard fan. Yeah, he had put it to my boys. But UK is a different team. They got an experienced coach. They got top players. UC don't have not one. Kentucky got about 5 McDonald's All-Americans. Now that if he beat Kentucky, is a whole nother story. But how they lost and you supposed to be the guy, I question his leadership. That's another thing that y'all don't talk about for us great players. Do I think he the best player in college? No, I won't say that. I mean, I won't say he's the best player. I don't go off what is that you use? His knowledge of the game. I figure
His IQ, basically.
every
You don't
year
go off
his
IQ.
IQ. A lot of players got an IQ. It's just ball. Some players, professional in college, be forced on us, be like pushed on us. And I feel like Ball was pushed on us. Do I think he's a great player? No. Do I think he's a good player? Yeah. Now, if you ask me, I just saw the best player so far in college. He played for South Carolina.
You want to let the viewers know who that is? Thornwell, right?
Yes.
Beast.
He ain't got guys, no 7. Well, he got a 6'10" guy.
But just the
30.
talent there, the UCLA talent and South Carolina talent is a big drop off. But
Yeah.
when we talk about guys that play hard, don't no team in the country. I can't believe that I haven't even watched. See, this thing about South Carolina, if they was on during the season, I would turn the game on. I was like, I'm not about to watch South Carolina play. Not thinking that's Frank. I didn't even realize that Frank Martin. I forgot Frank Martin left Kansas State, and now Kansas State coaches the guy that was at Illinois. I forgot his name. He's coaching there, but Frank Martin, excellent coach, excellent fundamental, excellent defense. You got to play hard.
Yeah.
If you can't play defense, you're not going to play for Frank Martin.
And what wins though?
Defense
wins.
And they brought it to my Blue Devils, and I was like, you know what? God, I wasn't even mad because I was like, well, I'm used to kind of seeing this happen, but they showed it again. They showed it again. They was like, we can get up in here. They deny the ball so far away. Like they're denying. It's hard. They got length. They're tough. You're not gonna. I like teams that won't stand up for anything. Like Lonzo Ball won't just score 30 points on South Carolina. They're not going for that. If he dropping 9 points straight, Frank Martin be like, get out the game. I'm going to get somebody else. You get him. Or they have this like bravado about themselves. They got this confidence.
They got a rugged. It's rugged.
They're like you're not about to do this stuff. We're gonna defend you. We're gonna make your day a living hell. And that was a good game today by Florida. That could have been that game could have went either way.
But you supposed to. Like, who really tests ball? Besides the guy from Oregon.
Playing in a Pac-12. See that she playing in a Pac-12. Arizona beat them. But you mean like testing as like what guard? What guard was able to?
Because it's a different approach you got to approach with certain teams. That's what I mean. You can't just come in there and think you playing
UC basically.
Soft kids. Kentucky wasn't going.
No, Fox came.
Look at Fox makeup. And this is to my listeners. He got an inner city makeup. If you guys follow me. When I say inner city, you know what I'm talking about. His approach is different. It's not a laid-back approach. I'm not about to sit up here and let you shoot that jump shot. Nah, you're going to have to play some defense, baby. And I don't see no defense from this guy, Ball, at all.
What?
At all.
What?
What'd he do?
No, Fox was going at him, but he got defense now. He got defense. You judging it off?
I'm talking about somebody just athletic as him. He didn't step up. Proof be told, he didn't step up. He didn't try to put an impact on the game. If you ask me, he caved it in the first half from what I saw. Because somebody's different coming at him non-stop. Calipari told him, y'all get out of Fox way. Because you know why? We got one. Where I'm from, we say we got one. Look at his facial expression. Look at his body language. What a leadership. What y'all talk about his leadership? Because the guys that I call players of the year is leaders. Not just by scoring points or assisting. You rally people around you. He's a quiet. I don't want quiet. That's why I see. Now, do he get some rebounds? Yeah. Can he assist? Yeah. Can he score a little bit? Yeah. I just didn't bat a hype, and I'm calling it hype because he's home like me watching them.
That's
I
Mr.
mean, win, lose, or draw, like you said. Did he put an impact? Did he go out like, oh man,
fighting.
he's doing everything he can? No, he didn't. Certain guys pack it in when things ain't going their way. You can't be considered great. You can't. Not in my book. I got a tough book too. Very tough. Very tough.
My type of guys are guys like Kimba. Kimba wasn't going for that at UConn.
And
Stuff
guess
like
who? And
that.
look,
That's the
guess
type of guys I like. Shabazz
who's having
Napier wasn't
a
even
tougher
going for that.
game though?
Oh,
The guy from South Carolina. He's leading the team just like you said that Kimba. The
yeah,
guy
but they're doing it
he
in different ways. I would say because I don't think that guy handle is as good as Kimba, but
oh,
he
oh
has
no. I'm talking
everything. He has
about
everything. You mean like will, like being able to will?
the team is not the best, but they still playing though, right?
Oh yeah, of course. Final four.
And who's the leader of that?
He is definitely.
That's all I'm saying. Nah, Kimba, they two different positions.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just saying how Kimba threw that team on his back and won it. I'm not saying South Carolina going to win
I
it,
wouldn't even
but
be.
guy throwing his team on his back these last 3 games, that'll be my player of the year.
Gee, I wouldn't even be mad. Honestly, if South Carolina's to go ahead and win, I wouldn't even be this fine.
I
Like
won't be
they
mad.
did, they deserved it. The way they play, they like them and Oregon would be the perfect matchup because they're so similar. I think Oregon has better perimeter, I guess, scores. But that Dozier, who nobody talking about in South Carolina, that freshman, like 6 something, he like pulls up
That's
over
number
everybody.
15.
Yeah, he got like a mean pull up. Like did nobody
I'm gonna
like.
put him on the Lonzo Ball.
He pulls up over
Yeah,
everybody, and he'll guard you. And then they got the dude from Brooklyn, the fielder, who come in after that,
yeah,
like, yeah, what's
yes.
up?
Put
You
him
want?
the Lincoln.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, I like the makeup of that team. And I say this, me being a Blue Down fan, once Coach K go, I would like for that whole mentality to change. Like, I love Coach K, of course, one of the greatest coach, but teams like St. John's, they've brought it to do. Those teams that are very physical who are very tough with that inner city mentality. I mean, we got to be honest, listeners. This I'm just calling it like it is. They take it to us. They really do. I would love to see what's the guy from Florida State, Hamilton. Like, bring him up there. Go get Frank Martin. Somebody. Go get Bob. Somebody else. But this is
It's gonna be a protege.
yeah. He gonna go get the guy from like Northwestern or something, or somebody
Oh yeah,
gonna.
he's gonna get somebody on his staff.
Not, but
He's growing the spot.
Collins guy, Collins guy was actually on the staff, and he's at
Exactly.
Northwestern
That's the
coaching.
whole plan.
See, that's that
Exactly.
no, take it. I want a different approach. Even teams like Notre Dame is very small, but Notre Dame they even go out there and play so hard, and they don't even have. And not saying that and this is not saying that you have to have African American players all on your starting five. But we've seen Notre Dame give it to my Blue Devils. Yeah, my Blue Devils beat Notre Dame, but we've seen them, get up in us. Good guard play. I really
Yeah.
think, and it has nothing to do with color. It's more about mentality. What are you going to let somebody else do? You can't let someone come into your home and treat you like that. And I feel with Lonzo Ball, it should have been. And yes, his body of work is good, but it's like, go out swing. I don't care, shoot 30 times. At least I can say you try it instead of all right, I'm gonna do this. All right, I missed. All right, hold on, let me go block his shot. All right, I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna go do that. So I don't know. That might be a question for the next level. When he gotta face Steph, when he gotta face John, when he gotta face Isaiah, when he gotta face
If you can't,
Westbrook, because it's gonna be
yeah,
10 times as hard. It's gonna be like, is he gonna give us his all, and he gonna be like, you know what? I didn't care about college basketball. I just wanted to get here so I can make millions with my family, put up the big ball, whatever it is, and brand herself. I mean, this is a new era, G. So we really
it
can't
is.
you can't
It
judge
is.
them off because like back when Mike was playing college, and those guys probably laid it all out on the line. Like, you know what, I want to win this for my family. This school means a lot to me. These days, these schools on the front of these jerseys don't mean nothing to these players. They don't care. You think Lonzo Ball care about UCLA? No. You think You think who I say Brandon Ingram cared about Duke? No, this is just a vehicle to get him to the next level. These
Oh
guys
no,
don't really care
no,
about that.
definitely I do agree with that. But I'm saying is Fox is more like an NBA ready player.
I think they
So if you
both
see that
NBA
night
ready
in and
players.
night out,
They both.
I'm talking about who they got the guard. But
Oh,
I will
okay,
give
all
the
right,
edge
I got you, I got you. All right.
for as like you said, a mentality. A mentality. It's a difference. How you approach a game. You know, it's like similar to like Kyrie and Clay. I mean, and
Steph.
Steph Curry.
Yeah, Kyrie
But
took it to
Steph,
him, and I was like, "What's up, Steph? What you
right?
gonna do?"
But Steph Curry, he got a sneaky mentality. He won't show it unless he's cooking.
Yeah, he got
It's
it. Yeah.
sneak. It's like an on and off switch. Ball might be that. We don't know. I don't know, but that game with all the hoopla and the hype around it, just to say, okay, I got 10 points and that was it, and then and then him in the locker room after the game. Oh yeah, this is my last game. Yeah, we know that you're going to the league, but
Did you show any remorse? Like, how did you feel about it? Are you mad? Are you
nah,
upset? Or is it just
nah,
like, no, I don't care.
nah, nah, he wasn't. He
So I
probably was.
mean, which makes me think that you brought that same mentality onto the court. Like, I don't care. Yeah, he doing this, but
But he already sold. He sold. What else? Like you said, they don't really care. We win it. We win it. I know where I'm gonna be at next year. Everybody in this arena, including Greg, the person who's not really a fan, he's gonna be watching me and seeing what I'm doing. Facts. You know, his life is already made for him.
see,
I won't be shocked. He won't even attend UCLA after the game they lost. He probably done out of school.
and
What?
you know it's crazy because they actually did a press conference with Fox and Adam Bio and them guys over there crying. See, I like emotion right there because they really
Yeah.
wanted to win. That was a hard loss for that. And like Fox said, he said this loss is gonna be tough to get over. He ain't gonna be back there next year, but this is a
Nah, he
feeling that
gonna
he don't
he,
want to see again. He don't want to feel this again. So if he does go to a team and potentially get to the playoffs, get to the final, he like I know how I felt when I lost at UK. So I don't want to go through this again.
I can I
Ball.
Fox remind me a little bit of John Wall.
Yeah, John Wall actually spoke about that. John Wall seen the first game. He said Fox probably just as quick as him, but he shoots the mid range better than him. He said Fox had a better shot than him while he was in college. So that's what I'm saying. Fox,
I'm
I
telling
mean,
you.
and he
I
got
know what
defense.
Fox will
And he
land.
got defense. Fox
I
will
know what
guard you.
Fox will land. I already know where he's gonna land at in the NBA. I can predict the team he's gonna go to right now. He will be a New York Knick next year.
Think so?
Derrick Rose will be gone, and he will fly right there. Fox will be a New York Knick next year. I'm saying it right now.
The Knickerbockers?
He will
Huh.
be a New York Knick.
All right,
You
probably,
ain't you
probably.
don't have a like. They was not about to do Derrick Rose for the long term contract.
What about what about the Josh Jackson guy? What about him from
Josh
Kansas?
Jackson,
How do you feel
he's a
about him?
three. I would like a guy like Josh Jackson. I can see him as a mm, I could probably see him like in Brooklyn somewhere as a three.
Remember, Brooklyn ain't got no pick. G-Ron
Um,
told you that already. Or actually, they do. Brooklyn got a 25th pick.
I could see him probably down up in there, or if not, I could see him somewhere like in Portland.
So right now they got it, and we went over this already. Okay, so the Knicks, as of right now, they got the Knicks picking four. We know Phoenix isn't going to get another point guard, so no point guard
That's
will
a
be
tough.
taking the Phoenix. The Lakers probably won't. It'll be the Knicks fourth, and the fifth is Philadelphia. So one of these point guards, whether it's Fultz, Lonzo Ball, or or Fox will be. I think will be taken at one of these. And then the Magic. Yeah, so I mean, then you got Sacramento. Yeah, then you got of course. Before Minnesota, Minnesota is not getting another point guard. So we could possibly see these 3 point guards taken in the first 7 picks, possibly.
So the first pick gonna be most likely who?
The Celtics.
Okay. So who the Celtics get? Or do
That's a
they
good question.
trade it?
They got Isaiah Thomas. Now forget that because this ain't like football. No, the NBA is not like football. I can't trade you just to move down to the 3rd round and get 3 picks and probably hit them picks. No, in the NBA, you got to select few guys to get in a draft. And supposedly this is a deep draft. So I would like to see Isaiah Thomas. They already got a 1 and 2. They got Avery Bradley. They got a 3. I might say a 4. What 4? Tatum. Honestly, they might Tatum, but they already got Crowder for that. But yeah, but you know the way the NBA is going. Tatum 6'8" from Duke. Put him in there, and I guess he bulks up.
Yeah, man, please. I'd rather get my boy from South Carolina.
Oh no, they ain't count. Nah, but they need like a
Better
4.
than him.
But
I'm
it's
getting
all
the
about
best
the
player.
need. It's all about the need. It's all about the need. The best player is
Man,
Lonzo Ball.
To you?
The best player is Lonzo Ball to do for.
Lonzo Ball, a point guard, right? Is he better than Isaiah Thomas?
Is he better than Isaiah Thomas? No. Isaiah Thomas doing it on the NBA level. We still got Lonzo Ball still got to prove himself.
So what with Lonzo Ball? He's not even a consideration. But what I would do?
Why not? Wait, time out. Wait, hold on. What if you see now? But they got Avery Bradley still, so that kind of put them in a man. This is gonna be interesting, G. This is really gonna be interesting. What they're gonna do.
I see what you do is this. I draft him and have my phones ringing.
Oh yeah, and then take somebody.
Johnson, what you willing to give up for me to get him? What are you willing to get up? What is you willing to give up? See how much? Matter of fact, how much you love Ball? Huh? Tell me how much you love him. See, I can see Danny Ainge. He could mess the draft up.
Yeah, he could.
I draft him.
But they got the guy Fultz too from Washington, so it's like, okay, you get on. I got somebody else that can shoot and go to work. So
Johnson won't Paul. He said he see him in him.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, Danny Ainge ain't no dummy. He know he's hearing the GMs and who won't what and all this. So,
and you know, it's funny. I'm actually looking at the mock draft right now. They got Fox actually going to the Knicks, 6th pick. Fox going to the Knicks. They got Malik Monk going in front of him at 5. To the Kings, Malik Monk, Fox. You remember you said that Fox is going to go to the Knicks. For the mock draft, I'm looking at draftexpress.com. They actually got De'Aaron Fox going to the New York Knicks right now. That's what they got going. But Malik Monk, he can shoot.
Well, Malik Monk.
He can shoot, but I don't know if, like, to build a team, like, I'm thinking, when I'm taking a shooting guard, you need to be able to come in and can you come in and give me about a good 15 a game, maybe 18, but he can shoot the ball, but it's like, can he create a shot good enough? He got crazy elevation. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't know about Malik Monk. I don't know. Something kind of iffy about him.
You might mess around and see Monk in Orlando.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, because they got Jason Tatum going to Orlando right there. Huh. Dennis Smith.
How you got Tatum and you already got Aaron Gordon? That's the same person.
Yeah, but they can move to the 3. Aaron Gordon played the 4.
Oh my. See, that's why the league messed up, man. Nah. They both the same height. I don't know, man. That's why these teams have been a top 10 picking again. Is you drafting to get better, or is you drafting to just let the other people?
And as I look at these drafts,
Tatum, I could see Tatum in Indiana.
Probably. As I look at it, I'm looking at these names, and it's just like, they got Dylan Brooks going in the 2nd round.
Look,
from Oregon.
Fox stock just rolls. I don't know when that just dropped, but they're gonna have to rearrange that because some of these guys in this March Madness improved their stock.
Oh, definitely, big time.
If Phil Jackson, like, I don't know how good is that guy from Washington, what they talking about?
Yeah, the
I heard
Fultz
he's
guy.
good.
Yeah, they said it. Crazy, crazy game. They got him going number one. Like Ball still ain't a lock to go number one. And if he go number one, then guess what? Matt Johnson get to pick Lonzo Ball. So it's like a
Yeah.
win-win either way. Like I need to get Ball. This is gonna be something we're gonna talk about years down the line. Like whoa, this like the whole Brandon Knight. No, sorry, this ain't even close to even the Brandon Knight Kyrie thing when them guys came out. But
I think the guy from Washington might go to Philadelphia. I got Fox going to New York. Because Phil Jackson always liked the big point guard. And Fox was 6'4".
yeah,
Yeah, because, even with the Bulls, if the listeners out there know that it was Jordan at the 2 and Ron Harper at the 1. He liked big point guard.
okay. Before we get out of here, though, we got to talk about this Final Four, G. How about we make our picks? Let's tell the listeners. So, I know it's fresh. I know it's new right now. We ain't got to go too in-depth, but we will get more in-depth as we do our next show. But who do you think right now? So, who do you have? Do you have North Carolina or do you have Oregon? The highly
North
jumping
Carolina.
North Carolina. And why is North Carolina going to beat them?
Experience.
Experience? Hey, Oregon just experience. I think Oregon makes it interesting, but I think North Carolina got too much size down low. Too much size down low. South Carolina Gonzaga is going to be a good game. I'm going to go with the upset here, even though Gonzaga is very big and they play very good. But I think to minimize that, pressure bust pipes. I think so. Hopefully, I'm actually right on this. I think South Carolina just might do it. They're playing with the most confidence probably right now. I don't know. South Carolina might do it. South Carolina versus North Carolina. The two Carolinas are playing each other. When was the last time this ever happened?
That sounds that would be nice. It's tough to pick against South Carolina
because the way they play, they defense.
I like them, but I think Gonzaga gonna edge them.
All right, Gonzaga gonna edge them.
I think Gonzaga gonna edge them. I think Gonzaga gonna get hot. I think the guards, for some odd reason, is gonna outplay South Carolina guards.
You ain't scoring 90 points on them. You ain't scoring 90, so you better have defense.
It can be low. It can be low, but I just think South Carolina guards gonna hit enough to pull away by 4.
You need to at least have 40 points on them by half. I would say, if South Carolina is holding you to 25, 28 at halftime, oh, it's over. They're gonna come back out on fire. You need to get over that 30. You need to get over that 30-point mark. You really do.
I think this game probably be like 66 to 62.
All right. So G has North Carolina and Gonzaga. I have South Carolina, and I think Dylan Brooks and them boys. Forget it. I'm gonna go with South Carolina and Oregon. So I'm gonna have something different. Even though I think North Carolina gonna do it, I think Oregon just might do it. Oregon believes in themselves just as much. So,
Oregon is a tough team.
We all just witnessed the Elite Eight. Now we got the Final Four. Everybody out there listening, hope everybody got their popcorn watching this because this is gonna be good. March Madness. You never know. You never know who's gonna win. It might be Tennessee State, Murray State, Youngstown State. That's what's good about college basketball is people give it their heart. They go out there and play, and they're not getting paid for it. So 9 times out of 10, we think that they're actually out there to prove something. Unlike some other players who are just going out there and playing just because they have to. Remember, you have to be 1 year removed from high school. So instead of just sitting out a year, they come to play college and they kind of amaze us for a year and do this and do that. But that's our take on the game that just happened. We want to thank everybody for listening. I'm your host, Jay Davis, along with my co-host, Greg Clark. From me to you, signing out.